I'm gonna order a magazine because I need like 20 more bells to spend before I get this thing over here to spend 5,000 bells in a day. Just found out a game I played all the time as a kid and it's on Steam. Ooh, nice, nice. It's always fun. What time is it? It is 7:30. So how about people come over? I'm gonna open up the island if people want to visit, and we can chill and grab some coffee, and just have a nice end of time. Sure, whatever. End of time. It's the end of time. Time is over. So I'm gonna open up things. I want visitors. So if anybody would like to come over, they can. I'll put a dodo code on the screen. If you were here last time, feel free to come by. I don't think we're having too big of a crowd anyway. And let's invite via dodo code. And we want to invite the more the merrier. Yeah. Bang the gate. 6L8HF. Let me just put that up over here. 6L8HF. Where did you go? Why did you stop? There we go. 6L8HF. Sherb's birthday and I forgot. No worries. I'm going to keep this open for a moment. I'm actually going to go and take a short bathroom break. So yeah, feel free to stop by while I'm out and hit me with stuff, I guess. But I'll be back in a moment. Please come by. Okay, I'm back. Flying in soon. I'm really excited to see that show. You're gonna hear it. No, I'm not gonna cue it up yet. I'll actually wait. Alright, so since we were talking about James Bond before, who's everybody's favorite James Bond actor? I think for me it's Roger cannot remember his name. Roger Moore. I really like the Roger Moore, suave, light-hearted James Bond. You've never seen a Bond movie? Can't believe you. Uncultured swine. Just joking. Listen, if you like spy stuff, the series is good. You don't watch movies? Okay, what if they made a James Bond anime? Would you watch? Would you watch a James Bond anime? So Detective Conan, you know? Okay, first of all, I watched Detective Conan when I was like really young, and it would air at like 6 in the morning before school. I loved that show so much. And then they took it off the air, and I could never find it again until like a year and a half ago. They made like a new one, which I didn't like. But like the old Detective Conan, which I remember watching as a kid, again, 6 in the morning, and they had something where like a person was decapitated and poisoned and killed and stuff, and I'm like, this is great, I love this anime. I always remember, like before school, so like I would get up at like 6, right, and bus would pick me up at like 6:30 or something, so I would usually be able to watch something. So like early grade school, like first grade, was when the Pokemon anime was first airing on TV, like the very first season, the first run. So like I would watch the episode of Pokemon and then get on the bus and talk about it with my friends. It was great. Except the only TV that had like the network that could play it was in my parents' room, so I had to watch it in my parents' room, but my parents were still asleep. So I didn't have the sound on, or I had the sound all the way down. So like I would barely hear what the people were saying. So like when they would say new Pokemon, I'd be like, what? Like one episode where I'm like, where they had like Clefairy and Clefable, and I didn't hear what they said. So I'm like, so what I thought Clefable's name was like, Cleffle or something, because I just didn't hear it. It was very funny. Anyway, like I watched that. I watched the original Transformers, or not the original, like I watched like the 90s Transformers, and then Beast Wars. Timothy Dalton, I only judge him based on okay, one second, where are we at? Finally got farther in Symphonia, nice. I would record on VHS to watch that in DBZ, very cool. So one sec, before I get to chat, let's see, I watched Transformers and Beast Wars. There was the show Zoids, which was really great. That was essentially like Voltron with beast things. And there was like several series of that, which were great. And then like I don't think anyone ever watched. But like I loved watching them, and then Detective Conan, which was, it wasn't called Detective Conan, right? In English it was, maybe it was. No, I feel like it was a different name in English. Case Closed. Thank you, Midnight. Case Closed. God, it was great. I stepped away for a second and came back to someone gets decapitated. Oh man, that's great. See, I'm so happy someone else knows what Zoids is. The Liger, I actually have, I don't have a Liger model. I have this like crocodile wind-up thing. But yeah, like the Liger Zero and stuff were all so cool. It was so cool. I don't know if those like shows hold up today, for me anyway, but like as a kid, so great to watch. Hard for me to identify a favorite Bond, but I guess since Brosnan was the current one, when I first learned of the series, I can't separate Bond from Brosnan. That said, I like Daniel Craig's Bond. I haven't seen enough of Connery to say, oh yeah, the classic. Timothy Dalton, I only judge him based on Hot Fuzz. That's fair. Yeah, Timothy Dalton's Bond, I think, was okay, but, like, Hot Fuzz made it very hard for me to care about anything else he's done. Apparently, he was a very good Heathcliff in a version of Wuthering Heights. Like, he was apparently really, really good. But, like, I think of him, I think of Hot Fuzz. And that's not a bad thing. I looked it up. I know the characters, but I never saw Zoids. Loved Case Closed. I missed the dub so much. The dub was so good. Again, like, maybe things that I probably... Okay, I'm kicking Jimmy out of my town. He's wearing a Patty hat. Look at this horrible monstrosity. Did you make that yourself, or did you find that online? This is absolutely the most disgusting thing I've ever seen in my life. Why would you do this to me? To my stream? To me? Oh my god. I don't even know what I was saying anymore. I'm upset. I'm upset and disgusted. You bring that within 2 feet of the pond? My siblings introduced me to Happy Tree Friends, one of the most violent cartoons I've ever seen. It was great. I saw the Happy Tree Friends when I was like 12, which was probably not the correct age to see it. No, it came out a little after that. I want to say 14. I did not watch it again after that. I'm old, that's why I know this stuff. I feel like Zoids would have been like Kamen Rider, silly and outdated, but fun. Yeah. Being old is fun sometimes because you get to have seen the anime that probably wouldn't make it today because it's not like the next best thing. I liked all of the like Transformers type mecha animes. You know, the things like old, not Transformers, I would say Gundam type. Also Gundam. I watched some of the old Gundam series. Oh, you changed your hat. I don't have to kill you anymore. I really miss the old Gundam shows, like, was it Gundam G? Gundam Wing. Gundam Wing, that's what it was, Gundam Wing. God, they were so great to watch, and I just don't have time to rewatch all of these animes. Original Berserk is a good example. I never actually watched it, surprisingly. I don't think I had the ability to, but I never actually watched Berserk. And I know that the recent things that they've been doing with it are not great. You found it. You found the Patty hat. You just happened to find a Patty hat. I don't believe you saying you found it. You looked for it. You actively looked for it. It's like a lot of shows that I saw as a kid that like I remember being like absolutely great, and then I don't know if like I'm actually gonna like it if I try it again. Like something like The Simpsons, I think stands the test of time in terms of like staying power as a series. But that's not really a kid's cartoon, so I don't know if I can count that, but like Code Lyoko, let's say. I loved Code Lyoko as a kid, but like every time I try to rewatch it, I keep giving myself excuses to put it off, and I think it's because my brain just knows that it's not going to be like the same experience. It's very gory but well written. Yeah, there's a lot of things that are just outdated but are great as a kid. Like there's a lot of things that are just, the nostalgia is great. And sometimes you just gotta let the nostalgia stand and not re-experience the media. But like Code Lyoko, I think, I mean, I know people that are still enjoy it, and that's great. But like, I think I would still enjoy it, but also I'm trying to get my brother to watch it, and I think he's not gonna like it because he's 19 and he didn't watch it as a kid. And Rocket Power, yeah. I loved Rocket Power, and yeah, that I don't think I want to rewatch. Kids Next Door, I haven't experienced to see if I would like it just as much. But I want to, because I think I would still like it. Code Lyoko holds up in my opinion. Okay. What about the last season? See, I never watched the last season, you know, the one that I didn't watch the live action thing. I don't know if that's the last season or that was like the whatever. But I watched whatever it is when they were airing it on Cartoon Network. Gotta head out to bed. Have a good night. Thank you very much for stopping by. Once again, my condolences. I hope the stream helped to just distract you a little. But thank you very much for stopping by. I appreciate it. I saw one episode of the live action thing. It wasn't great. Also, it got canceled, so it doesn't have a proper ending. Yeah. You know what, another show I remember enjoying, and it's probably not great, like that probably didn't age well, Reboot. I remember like a lot of the early 2000s, late 90s, I guess you would call them experiments in 3D animation. Like the original Beast Wars also looked terrible, but like Reboot was like that really bad early 2000s 3D style. I enjoyed the show a lot. I feel like that show probably really aged badly. Oh yeah, I have a Discord server if anyone wants to join. I think most of you are in the Discord server. It's chill. We say good morning to each other. That's what we do. Now I'm just trying to remember like the old Cartoon Network type shows. Or not even Cartoon Network, was that Cartoon Network or was that Warner Brothers? I don't know. There's an anime that aired either right at the end of Adult Swim or at the beginning of Cartoon Network. First thing in the morning is called Ida-ten Jump. No one else on the planet other than me watched it or knows what it is, and by the time this conversation ends, you'll probably forget I mentioned it. It's basically Yu-Gi-Oh! But with bikes. Card games on motorcycles, but without the motorcycles. One second. The name is familiar. I've definitely heard of it before. Did I watch it? I don't know. Speaking of Adult Swim, you know what else Adult Swim introduced me to? Ghost in the Shell, I think. No. Ghost in the Shell was on the Anime channel. It was just motorcycles. Okay, so Ida-ten Jump, So I've seen it, I haven't seen the show. I have seen, just looking at the pictures here, I've seen the characters. I have not watched a single episode of this show. So it's just motorcycles. That's interesting. What was I gonna say? So yeah, there was like this anime channel back in the day, where I saw like random episodes of animes that just stuck in my mind, like Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex and Full Metal Alchemist. You know what episode I saw of Full Metal Alchemist? The first episode I saw of Full Metal Alchemist? I bet you can't guess which episode of the original Full Metal Alchemist was the one that was airing when I was channel surfing. I'll give you a hint. It prominently features Maze Hughes. That was the one that I saw. I didn't know what FMA was, but I saw that episode first, and it still hurt. No, it wasn't the dog one. But yeah, so I think that I saw that on Adult Swim, maybe. Adult Swim introduced me to, Toonami. Toonami introduced me to great stuff like Yu Yu Hakusho and Rurouni Kenshin. I rewatched Rurouni Kenshin a little while back, and that, I think, held up, even though the dub is kind of silly. I have not rewatched the other one that I just said. Wow, my brain is short-circuiting. Legitimately, my brain is just legitimately not working. Yu Yu Hakusho. I haven't rewatched Yu Yu Hakusho, but I loved the manga for it. I really hope the show still holds up. Jimmy, you want to get coffee? We can get coffee. My brain is frying. I'm going to forget to get coffee otherwise. I remember a friend mentioning the Maze Hughes thing to me before I even watched the show, but I didn't remember what show they were talking about. As soon as I got to that scene, I was like, oh, oh no. Full Metal Alchemist is so great. You know, it's another great anime. We're gonna just segue into talking about good anime. Trigun. I really like Trigun. I don't know if other people think it held up, but I think it did. Also, Cowboy Bebop, the anime, not to be confused with the canceled Netflix show, which I think wasn't as bad as people say, but wasn't great. Yeah, I was just taking everything that wasn't on and turning it on. Thanks. Thank you. Why don't you get in this seat? As someone who saw Trigun last year with Zarix, it absolutely held up. That's awesome. Yeah, I love Trigun. It's my favorite anime. And then there's Cowboy Bebop, and then there's Full Metal Alchemist, and then there's Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex. I don't know what number 5 is. Also, we're not playing Water Roulette, Jimmy. I'm sorry. I apologize. What other kids shows? There's like a lot of... The aroma, the flavor, there's nothing better. I don't know, can y'all think of like, not anime specifically, but like either old Warner Brothers or Cartoon Network shows that like actually held up? Like kids cartoons that actually held up that you watched as a kid? SpongeBob has held up. That's true. I actually started rewatching SpongeBob recently with my brother. The first 2 seasons of SpongeBob, I think, contain 90% of the memes from that show, like that people have on the internet. Fairly Odd Parents. Yeah, I guess so. See, I don't consider that a show from my youth. I'm older than you, though. By a few years. Like, that's a show for my teens. So, like, I don't consider that old enough to be, like, nostalgia goggles yet. Like when Mr. Krabs ate the old dirty patty. We recently did a rewatch of the first 3 seasons. It was fun. We appreciate some of the clever writing moments. Yeah, it's just fun. Like, every one of the episodes in the first couple seasons is like, oh my god, that's that meme. Or like, that's that stupid thing. Florid? No. Florid! SpongeBob, no! Why, SpongeBob? Why? It's great. Mrs. Puff, I think I'm cheating! Kablam was good. Kablam is something that I need to rewatch to see if it held up personally. But I know that, like, one of the great things about that is that it's one of those things that are just absolutely bizarre. Like, really weird. And, like, I'm very happy they took a chance on that. Also, like, Kid SNL, which was All That. I loved All That so much. And the Amanda Show was great too. you know, my favorite thing is like all that is like, you know, everyone kind of went to their own thing, and then Kenan Thompson just went to SNL after Kenan and Kel and a few other things. Like he just went like he was on All That, which is just the same, like a variety show, and then he just moved to SNL, and he's been on SNL since like 2008 or 3 or something. He's been on SNL for a very long time. I'm gonna say 2008 maybe. Did all that for life. Like I think he's very funny, and I'm really happy that he seems to like really enjoy what he's doing if he's been on SNL that long. And I love that he just started off like doing that as a kid and he just stayed in it. It's cool. Also, I loved when in All That when he was like in the tub wearing the rain slicker, the yellow rain slicker, and the little flippers, and he would just say weird fake French phrases. It was great. There's a lot of great things with that. I'm gonna force Jimmy to do group aerobics. Pond God has given fish. I didn't ask him to do this beforehand, but now he has to. Haha. I'm using controller. Celeste is here? What? Okay, so apparently this is how we find out Celeste is in my town. Okay. We're gonna go looking for Celeste after this to get a recipe. I didn't know the pond. Yeah, it's just wide enough. It usually doesn't have fish, but it's just wide enough on the sides. It's another great data stretch. I unironically love the stretching here, and I can't wait to be able to do this like physically. I'm using the wrong stick. I'm really behind. I want to like actually do these stretches with the Joy-Cons once my spine is a little better and I can do like the movements more. And you get the in-game ticket achievements for doing these things, so may as well just do like 1 or 2 a day. They didn't do stuff like this in my school, and I feel like we missed out, like as a little kid. Okay, I'm pressing down and it's not going. We did it! Now let's go find Celeste. Is there, you know, talking about Kablam, is there anything like really comparable that they made like in recent times to like Kablam was like a bunch of experiments. Like they gave a bunch of different people a budget. And like that was the premise of the show. There you are. They gave a bunch of different people a budget. I'm just trying to think, like, is there anything like comparable recently, like where they just take a chance on that? Lunar surface, that's cool. Nope, because we can't have nice things. Yeah, like nowadays I feel like they played a little bit more safe with concepts. Lunar surface, yay. We also have a cone. Jimmy, if you want to talk to Celeste and get a thing, she's up here in the upper right part of the island. On a budget, something like Nishijo. Nishijo I don't think is the same. Didn't it start off as a manga? Did it start off as a manga? I'm not sure. But that's like also, that can be a bit experimental. You have like, also anime is different because I feel like the budgeting for some of these animes come from like weird sources. Like, I feel like the process is different when you're doing that. Like some places just get a budget to do weird things like Excel Saga. I don't know if anyone here has watched Excel Saga, but I love it and it's an experience, but it is not for everyone, and it is very bizarre in its entire like core being. But like that was an experimental anime. Nowadays it's like, we'll give your show 1 season. If it doesn't have the same amount of viewers as SpongeBob, we're taking it off the air. Yeah, that's pretty much how it goes. I mean, that's how it goes in like other places too. The weird thing though, Netflix usually doesn't do that. Netflix usually greenlights things for several seasons, which is one of the reasons why I was really surprised that Cowboy Bebop got canceled after 1 season. Like, I didn't realize it did that badly. Or maybe someone was like looking to cancel it and they just wanted an excuse. But like, Netflix usually hangs on till the thing is dead, especially with their original product. But anyway, I'm going to, do I have any, I have a fish. I'm going to feed a fish to the thingy over here. And I think we're going to wrap things up now because it is 8 o'clock and that means it's dinner time. It's dinner. It's dinner time. You having fun over there? Just make me look fat. There we go. Beautiful. I don't trust what he's doing over there. But yeah, this has been a very, 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 like, all over the place stream. I hope people enjoyed it. Get over here. But yeah, thank you all so much for stopping by and doing everything and being you. I appreciate it. Beautiful. Look, 1 second. I was in the camera and then I wasn't. That's me right there. So yeah, thank you all so much for being around and just hanging out. This stream was definitely a very stream of consciousness stream. But yeah, while you're here, why don't we find someone to raid? While you watch me stare at a camera. Let's just move this. There we go. Who do we have? Who is even streaming right now? No. me somebody. I'll find someone. I'll find someone. Anka, what are you doing? I'm not looking at my TV. I just see the stream preview, and Anka just noses right in front of the camera there. It's like an actual cat. Is he streaming right now? I don't think he's streaming yet. Or is he? He is. Why isn't it showing up on my thingy here? Oh, that's not him. That's why.
We're still watching so far, so much for your footage. Oh, good.
Did he just go live? You're gonna hear things. I'm looking at Tim's stream, if you didn't know. Okay, we're gonna raid Tim. What is our raid message going to be? I have no idea what kind of raid message we're getting out of tonight's random topics. Patty Hattie. We're not talking about Patty's hat. Something about rolled. Hell's Kitchen featuring rolled. No, that's too long. You know what? It's gonna be something's dumb. It's gonna be the name of our restaurant, of course. It's gonna be... We have a silo. It's gonna be the name of our restaurant, sillies. Of course it's gonna be the name of our restaurant. We have a silo. So thank you all very much again. I appreciate you. I really appreciate just the people hanging out and listening to me talk and just being cool. There might be a stream later in the week, but we'll see. But anyway, bye!
Say if you enjoy Michael Jackson, you might...
Oh, well, yeah, I do enjoy Michael Jackson.
Yeah, and so...
Dobby Raid! Dobby Raid already? Oh my god,
Dobby
it's
Raid!
Chief Luis, Sephiroth. What are you doing, you asshat? Oh my god. Well, might as well countermeasure your ass. I'm quite done doing my job. So here we go.
Are we going to be sent into an asylum? Oh, already starved.
I love this. Yes, you did.
Oh, no, I didn't.
Dude, I hate when I pull up a Twitch page and it's not muted.
Oh, man. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, then whoever's on the front page just goes blasting out.
Yeah.
Okay. Folder.
Hello, it's countermeasured.
Oh.
Dun, 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 dun.